Hello and welcome to a tour of the Snoqualmie Parks Department. My name is Larry White. I've been blessed to not only grow up in Snoqualmie, but I've been able to work in this beautiful city for the past 23 years. Our goal today is to provide you with a look at one of Snoqualmie's greatest assets, our beautiful outdoors. We will look at what it takes to maintain and manage our beautiful park system. As a boy growing up in Snoqualmie, things certainly looked a lot different than they do today. The only play areas or playgrounds were located at the local schools. They didn't provide a lot of playability. We spent most of our time fishing in the local streams, horseback riding, or riding our motorcycles on what is now known as Snoqualmie Ridge. Not a bad way to grow up. Fast forward to 1998, when I began my career as a Snoqualmie Parks maintenance worker. There were just two formal parks. I use that term really loosely because all we had was Riverview Park and Sandy Cove Park. Shortly after I started working for the city, the Snoqualmie Ridge development would be in full swing. Parks would play a big role in the development agreement. It seemed like Snoqualmie was adding a new park every month for the first few years of my career. By 2006, the Snoqualmie Park system had grown to 30 parks. In 2011, we had grown to 35. Today, we can proudly say that we provide 40 parks throughout the city that offer a variety of activities for our residents to enjoy. Along with all the parks, we also provide over 30 miles of both soft and hard surface trails, community gardens, and an off-leash dog park. With a little imagination and a spirit of adventure, you will be able to find outdoor activity that will quench your desire to be outdoors. The city of Snoqualmie takes a great deal of pride in the fact that as the city was rapidly growing, our leadership team never lost sight of the many opportunities that were given to provide an outdoor experience that would pique the interest of every resident for generations to come. Today's presentation will provide you with a tour of a few of our favorite parks, as well as a look at what it takes to make it all work. So the first park that we're going to visit is Fisher Creek Park. It's a 22-acre park with a variety of play opportunities for our park users. The original piece of playground equipment at Fisher Creek Park was a small climbing wall that challenged a beginning climber. In 2015, as part of our playground replacement program, funded through our capital improvement fund, the park received a much-needed upgrade. The playground we see today was installed for a total cost of $240,000. The park also has a full-size basketball court, restrooms, open lawn, and a trail connection to the Snoqualmie Ridge Trail System. The Fisher Creek Bike Park, built and maintained by Dirt Corps, is located near the back of the property. The park includes both beginner and intermediate bike courses. Adult supervision is strongly recommended, and bike helmets are required. The intermediate course is more difficult free-ride bike trail. It has mandatory jumps and drops, and no alternate routes are provided. Use of both courses are at your own risk. The Parks Department is currently exploring several potential partnership opportunities as we look at possible renovations to the bike park. These improvements will create a new and exciting outdoor opportunity for our non-typical sports enthusiasts. The second park we're going to visit is Snoqualmie Community Park. As Snoqualmie's largest outdoor recreation facility at 33 acres, Community Park contains 2 soccer fields, 3 tennis courts and pickleball courts, a basketball court, play equipment, skate park, restrooms, parking, and access to the Laurel Bog Interpretive Loop Trail. The park is surrounded by open space, giving it a nice away from the city feel, but it's just steps away from the Snoqualmie Neighborhood Center retail area. The park is a favorite of sports teams and community event organizers. The park plays host to a variety of activities, most notably our summer concert and movie series that have been a huge success with the residents. The park is also very popular with a variety of major sports events and summer camps, but still can accommodate the family for a cozy picnic or a day out in the park. The recently opened skate park is wildly popular with a wide range of groups. The popularity of the skate park is an example of how the city continues to strive to provide new and innovative outdoor opportunities to our park users. The success of the skate park project is a great example of what can happen when a community works together to accomplish a dream. The last park we're going to visit is Jeannie Hansen Park. It's our crown jewel in the park system. It's a 16-acre park that boasts the city's first synthetic soccer fields, as well as one natural grass field, a walking path, 2 playgrounds, and a tennis court. Full restroom facility with concession stand and a maintenance building. The park is booked nightly for a variety of team sports. The picnic shelters are often double booked on any given day. Jeannie Hansen Park was awarded the prestigious Washington Recreation Parks and Association Spotlight Facility Award of Excellence in the category of outdoor spaces in 2017. The award acknowledges outstanding projects that were completed in 2015 throughout the state. Jeannie Hansen Park was completed in 2014 at a cost of $4.7 million. And there we have it. So a little review of our facilities. We have one off-leash dog park out at Three Forks Park, 2 community gardens located in historic downtown area, 7 soccer fields, both natural grass and synthetic turf, 4 tennis courts, 7 baseball fields, 7 basketball courts, and over 1,551 acres of open space. This is a map of the entire city of Snoqualmie that provides both locations of vendors as well as our parks and trail system. The maps can be picked up at City Hall or throughout the city at different local businesses. How does it all work? The city employs 8 full-time maintenance staff plus seasonal hires of 6. $2.3 million annual budget. We have over 40 parks that equal 145 acres. We maintain over 29 miles of both hard and soft surface trails. We maintain in excess of 9,000 trees, 36 garden plots, over 30 FEMA lots that are properties that the city acquired through grants that are also require maintenance. 1,551 acres of open space. What's the difference between operating budget versus capital budget? Operating budget includes like restroom maintenance, mowing, reseeding of fields, pruning, any additional equipment that may be needed. Capital is where you start looking at replacing restroom fixtures, resurfacing parking lots, restoring grass fields and irrigation, replace damaged trees, or the upgrade to playgrounds. As we all know, nothing lasts forever. So as these parks start to age out, we look into making improvements to them. So this is a before picture of Koinonia Playground before it was renovated in 2019. This is what it looked like after we renovated it. Here's a picture of Ironwood Park before we renovated it in 2018. And it made a massive improvement when we upgraded it in 2018. Here's a picture of Raven Park before it was renovated, and there's what it looked like after the upgrades were made. And what we were trying to accomplish as we were improving on these playgrounds was doing away with old wooden playgrounds because they don't last nearly as long as the new plastic and steel structures.
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm the urban forester for the city of Snoqualmie. We have a lot of trees here in Snoqualmie. We're unusually gifted as a small city with a large urban forest. And that urban forest consists of 9,700 park and street trees like this one, and 1,200 acres of open space, forested areas. We do have a Tree City USA program and status here in Snoqualmie, and we meet minimum requirements of budgeting and maintenance to be part of that program. So I wanted to show you this street tree, which is a swamp tupelo here on Southeast Nye Street in Snoqualmie. These are pruning cuts that we made to raise the canopy up out of the way of the garbage truck and the FedEx truck, and so that cars and vehicles and pedestrians can get by. And over the course of the next few years, this tree will be raised in height to about 14 feet over the street and 8 feet over the sidewalk. So far this year, we've pruned 850 trees. We prune a lot every year, and that's some of the maintenance that we do here in Snoqualmie. Hi there. So we're out here today in a restoration site that is part of the Green Snoqualmie Partnership. So Snoqualmie has 1,200 acres of forest land, almost 2 square miles that the city owns. And we do some level of maintenance and care of these areas, and the main thing we do is remove invasive species that can actually take over the forest and replace it with weeds. And so the area right here used to be a blackberry patch, and in Green Snoqualmie Day in 2019, we removed that blackberry and we planted some native trees and plants. So we're restoring this back to, I guess, its former glory. So that's the Green Snoqualmie Partnership. Here's our final area for urban forestry, which is hazard tree management. So behind me are some hemlocks, some western hemlocks. But there is a root issue with these trees, and so we made them into habitat snags. We reduced the vertical height of the tree so that if it fell, it would not impact an adjacent target like a home or a car. We manage 26 miles of forest edge, and we proactively look for trees that could cause a human safety or property problem, and we proactively remove those trees. And so in closing, I'll say that we maintain trees in Snoqualmie for a reason, or several reasons, and the reasons are that they provide benefits to the people here. So mature trees next to homes provide property value increases, and they also have environmental benefits. So particularly the conifers behind me capture and treat stormwater for the city as if they were a part of the city's stormwater infrastructure. There's other benefits too. One of them is to mental health. People generally do better, and many studies have shown that there are mental health benefits from living close to trees and being able to walk through a green streetscape. Thank you.
So we are also responsible for maintaining over 30 miles of trails, and here's just an example of what that looks like. We work on keeping the surfacing looking beautiful and safe for travel. We also have many wooden bridges that require annual maintenance. This is my favorite one. This was the connection that we worked on for years to get between Meadowbrook Farm into North Bend. This was a wonderful project to finally complete. Another area that the City of Snoqualmie Parks Department supports is our events and recreation programming. A couple of the highlights are our tree lighting event that's wildly successful, and people love it, and they drive from miles around to come out and enjoy Snoqualmie. We support the Easter egg hunt. We do movies in the park, concerts in the park. We add a little flavor, and we put a grand piano in the gazebo out at Railroad Park in the summertime for people to come and play and enjoy. We have a Adopt a Park and Trail program. We also take donations for benches or picnics that can be donated in honor of someone. We do community gardens, and as you can see, the volunteer opportunities abound. A little bit about the Snoqualmie Valley Y. We are a partner with the Y, but they run all the programming through our facility. They, as you can see on this list, they offer a variety of programs. Who takes care of all of this? Brian Krause is the Parks and Public Works Director. He's been with the city for 3 years. Brian Coleman is a city engineer and interim Parks and Public Works operation manager. He's been with the city for 5 years. Larry White, Park Superintendent, has been with the city for 23 years. Joe Beach, Parks Lead, been with the city for 22 years. Who takes care of all of this? Phil Bennett, Urban Forester. He's been with the city for 10 years. He likes hanging around during the day. Jason Battles, Parks Professional. He's been with us for 1 year. Jason's brought a lot of experience that Phil really appreciates. Jacob Benson, Parks Maintenance Professional. He's been with the city for 2 years. Jorge Orozco brings a lot of talents. He can do just about anything we ask of him. He's been with the city for 13 years. Scott McAvar, Maintenance Professional. He's been with us for 4 years. Ryan Barnett, Parks Maintenance Professional. He's been with the city for 5 years. The challenges that we face: aging facilities, restrooms and picnic shelters, ball fields, fences, picnic tables, and trash cans. We are also faced with a high community standard, urban forestry maintenance backlogs, vandalisms, and storm. And these are some of the examples of things that we have to fit into our daily maintenance schedules. Our facilities have been vandalized a number of times over the years, and these are just a few examples. Bears packing trash into the woods. Takes hours and hours of staff time to go out in the woods and clean up these messes. Winter storms, vandalism, and wildlife damage. Elk damage to fences. We're constantly working on repairs to fences and ball fields. Their footprints create a lot of damage, and we're always working on filling in holes to keep our playfields safe. Joyrides, for whatever reason, people like to go out and tear up our turf, which requires additional maintenance. Floods, 2009 floods destroyed Centennial Fields. It required many hours of repairs to get it back up to speed. Winter storms, 2011, 2018, a lot of hours were spent on removing snow. Once the snow's gone, you're dealt with repairs caused from the damage. What's next? We're looking at partnership and making improvements at the bike park at Fisher Creek. And this is what it could possibly look like. Of course, these pictures are big dreams, but I'm hopeful that we'll come up with somewhere in between that can fit the needs of our community. The city's exploring an all-inclusive playground. We're looking at partnerships here again. The park will cost around $1.1 million, and it would be paid for through grants, private donations, and city funds. Where would it be located? The location's Centennial Fields, and the picture here is just one drawing of what it could possibly look like. What would be the earliest date we could possibly complete this project? That all depends on funding, and we are in competitive grant searches all the time for this playground to move ahead. There's many ways you can get involved in the Parks Department. We have an Adopt a Park and a Trail program. You could become a Parks member. We currently have 5 vacancies in our Parks Department. You can be updated through emails. You can attend topical meetings. You can volunteer at the Veterans Memorial Park and the Fisher Creek Bike Park. We're going to be looking for partnerships and people to get involved in helping make that park come alive. What would it look like without our parks? Just thought we'd add a little humor into the end of our display. Parks and Public Works serving together. We thought this little hopscotch would be kind of a cute little addition to our park. And lastly, I just want to thank you for being a part of our Citizens Academy this year. This last slide provides my email address so you can reach out to me with any additional questions or concerns. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn more about our park system. Thank you.